Have you ever thought about how your finances stack up against the rest? Are you eager to know if your retirement savings, income, and monthly expenses are on par with the average person? Well, get ready to be blown away because in this video, I'm about to reveal some jaw-dropping financial statistics that will shed light on your financial standing and also help you figure out if you're keeping up with the Joneses or falling behind. Hey there, it's Joe, the personal finance animation guy. Whether you're looking to master personal finance, conquer investing, or simply boost your money smarts, I've got you covered. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video an old thumbs up if you find it useful. Did you know that half of Americans have less than 1 month's worth of income saved up for unexpected expenses, as noted by Ramsey Solutions? That's not very reassuring when life throws you a curveball. And let's face it, we all know that it will. If you don't have an emergency fund set up, you might be forced to rely on credit cards to make ends meet when your car breaks down or you'll lose your job. And with almost half of all Americans not saving any money at all, that's a really scary reality. Here's what you can do. Start by saving $1,000 as your beginner emergency fund. Next, tackle your consumer debt so you can start putting more money into savings. Building up an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, not income, should be your next goal. And remember, keep that money in a savings account, not an investment account. You want to be able to access it easily when you need it the most. Having that buffer between you and life surprises will give you peace of mind like nothing else. Let's face it, debt is overwhelming, but instead of looking at it as one big problem, let's break it down. According to Ramsey Solutions, the average American has over $15,000 in credit card debt. And that's not all. We owe more than $1.2 trillion in student loans, and the average car loan is now over $30,000. It's no wonder people feel buried in debt. But here's the good news. There's a simple solution to tackle your debt head on. First things first. You need a budget. It might sound boring, but trust me, it's the key to financial freedom. Shockingly, over half of households don't have a budget. Without a plan for your money, you're just setting yourself up for failure. So start with a simple budget and decide where every dollar will go. From there, you can start attacking your debt and taking control over your finances. Are you curious about how your salary stacks up against the average worker? Well, according to a report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median income for a full-time worker in the United States is about $52,000 per year, or roughly $26 per hour before taxes. However, if you're hoping to retire comfortably, those numbers may not be enough to get you there. In fact, the median retirement savings for all adults is just $65,000, with about 1/4 of Americans having no retirement account at all. And it's not just young workers who are struggling to save for retirement either. While those aged 25 to 34 had a median retirement account balance of just over $14,000, even older Americans aged 65 and up only had a median balance of around $88,000. These low amounts are concerning, especially since the average household will likely need $500,000 or more in addition to other income streams to retire comfortably. But don't despair. You can take steps to improve your retirement prospects. Even saving a small percentage of your paycheck and investing it consistently can put you in a much better position than the average person your age. Social Security can be an important part of your retirement plan, but it's important to understand how it works. According to a report by The Motley Fool, the average monthly Social Security benefit in 2021 was $1,543, which is slightly lower than the Social Security Administration's reported average. For many people, Social Security is a critical source of retirement income, and in some cases, it may be their only source. However, for those who have saved for retirement through other means, Social Security can still be an important part of their overall plan. It's important to remember that the amount of Social Security benefits you receive depends on a number of factors, including your lifetime earnings and the age at which you started receiving benefits. You can start receiving benefits as early as 62 years old, but your benefits will be reduced if you start before your full retirement age, which varies based on your birth year. On the other hand, if you delay taking benefits beyond your retirement age, your benefits will be increased. It's important to consider your personal financial situation and retirement goals when deciding when to start taking Social Security. While Social Security can be an important part of your retirement income, it's generally not enough to cover all of your expenses. That's why it's important to have other sources of retirement income, such as savings in a 401k or IRA to supplement your Social Security benefits. Did you know that the US Department of Labor Statistics reports that the average household spends a whopping $5,577 per month? That means over the course of a year, you're looking at $67,000 in total spending just to get by. And that's not even including the big ticket items like housing, transportation, and food, which alone eat up a huge chunk of the average budget. To give you an idea, the average household spends about $1,885 per month on housing, which accounts for 34% of total spending. Plus, there's an additional $691 per month for food and $913 per month for transportation. Having a good credit score is important when you want to borrow money or take out a loan. Your credit score can range from 300 to 850, with the average score being 715 according to Equifax. A higher score means lenders are more likely to approve your loan and to offer you better interest rates. If you plan on buying a house, car, or renting a property, a good credit score can save you thousands of dollars in interest payments. So it's important to keep your score up. One of the most important things you can do to keep your credit score high is pay your bills on time. Late payments can have a negative impact on your score. Your credit utilization ratio is also important. This is the amount of credit that you are using compared to the amount that you have available. It's recommended to keep this ratio below 30%. The length of your credit history is also a factor. The longer you have had credit, the better it is for your score. Additionally, the types of credit you have and the amount of new credit you have taken out recently also impacts your score. Keeping track of your net worth is important for building wealth and checking your financial health. To calculate your net worth, add up the value of everything you own, such as your house, cars, and retirement accounts, and then subtract what you owe, like a mortgage or credit card debt. According to recent data from the Federal Reserve, the median net worth for households in the United States is about $122,000. However, the median net worth for those under 35 is less than $14,000. While those aged 35 to 44 have a median net worth of $91,000, it's $168,000 for 45 to 54, $212,000 for ages 55 to 64, and $266,000 for ages 65 to 74. With a reasonable income and some discipline, it's easy to exceed these net worth figures. Despite many people desiring to retire early, Ramsey Solutions reports that the typical retirement age is 61, despite the fact that full Social Security benefits are not available until age 67. According to the Social Security Administration, individuals who reach age 65 can expect to live for another 19 to 21.5 years. Retirement at age 61 usually means being in the workforce for around 4 decades. While this amount of time gives early investors ample opportunity to earn compound interest, the question remains whether retiring at 61 leaves enough time to do the things that you love. Although you may have good health and mobility at 61, it is difficult to predict how many more years you will be able to enjoy your hobbies. It's challenging to have a clear perspective on your financial situation. Sometimes it may feel like you're not making progress or are nowhere close to where you should be. However, knowing the average financial statistics can help give you some insight into your financial well-being. In many ways, you might actually be doing better than the average person.